Welcome to the Building Newfoundland and Labrador podcast, dedicated to exploring the interesting journeys of the people in the provincial construction industry. Presented by the Newfoundland and Labrador Construction Association, produced by Gale Force Winds. Join us as we chat with the inspirational individuals that ensure the continued growth of the construction industry and the province of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Podcast. It is so exciting to be on the floor here at Build Expo 2023. I'm Alan Dale. With me as always, my good buddy Jerry Carew. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Harvey. I'm actually from Newfoundland, born and raised, and I work for AVI SPL.
You didn't always work for them, did you? What was your journey to get there?
So my journey to get there was a bit interesting. Actually, I moved to Yellowknife. I lived in Yellowknife for 7 years, so I worked in the telecommunication industry, and I applied for an AV job in St. John's, Newfoundland. Actually, I didn't apply for it. My wife applied for it.
Okay.
Behind my back, and I was getting calls to say, hey, listen, did you want to do this interview? I had no idea what I was interviewing for at the
Hilarious.
time. So that was her way to get me to come back to Newfoundland.
So she's from Newfoundland too?
She's from Newfoundland as well.
She applied for a job for you?
She applied
Best
for a
story
job
I've
for
ever
me.
heard.
Yeah,
That's
and I
great.
had no idea. I was actually at an AGM in Whitehorse, so I was in another territory altogether, and I was getting phone calls for job interviews that I had no idea I was after applying at.
So you got the job?
So I got the job and moved home, and lo and behold, here we are today. And yes, I haven't always been with AVI SPL, of course, but AVI SPL is my new home, where I like to call home anyway, and it's been working out great for me.
That's a great story to get there. So tell me about AVI SPL. What do you guys do?
So AVI SPL, we're a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. We are a digital communications and audiovisual supplier, but we also are integrators and we also are designers, so we can take a full concept of a project from start to finish and also offer all the services that are after. So we can support you after the fact. We can offer hosted services. We also do on-site maintenance. So if you say to me, guys, we don't have an IT staff, we actually go out and source that IT staff for you and put them on site, and they're your dedicated resource on site. However, they're under AVI SPL, and that's the kind of way we like to work things. So that way you know that if you have a trouble on site, AVI SPL is there immediately to help you because you have that resource in-house.
So every time a new construction starts, which makes sense here for the Construction Association, and there's an AV, a digital component to it, that's where you guys come in?
That's where we come in. So we like to have some of our big contractors. So we do play nice with other people, such as Cal and people like that. So when they bring us a project, because typically that'll get released in the electrical side of things. So we like to get brought in a little bit earlier, if possible, when the building is being built, if at all, so we can kind of give an input on other things. However, typically your Cal group or something like that would bring you in and say, guys, listen, there's an audio-visual portion to this job. Are you able to help support us on that? So we've done some projects in the past with Cal, done some other ones with other people as well, but typically that's the way it works. And if that's not the way it works, we're usually out front and leading those projects. So we're either talking to the customer that's looking to upgrade their boardroom or add some stuff to a classroom here and there. So that's typically where we reside.
Yeah. So new builds and retrofits.
New builds, retrofits, basically anything and everything. If your building is standing and it's been there for 30 years, 50 years, we can go in and still do the work that's there. However, we do like to get in early so we can have an input on conduit and stuff like that. So you don't have to go ripping down your drywall 6 months after it's up because now you want to put a video camera in.
It makes a whole lot of sense, right?
Has the pandemic changed the trajectory of your business?
It has, because more people are now doing hybrid workspaces, right? So they want to have the same equality in the boardroom that they've had since the pandemic has hit. So everybody's used to using Zoom or Teams, give you a full screen to see everybody else. However, in most boardroom scenarios, you have that bird's eye view. So it feels like they're not a part of the team.
Yeah.
So that now is becoming a meeting etiquette, and they want that kind of updated in their boardrooms.
Is that right?
So that when they have a conference call and people coming in from home or a different part of the island or outside of Canada or wherever it is, they have the same equality on that screen in the boardroom, and you see everybody as a full head rather than just kind of a bird's eye view so you can't see people.
Yeah, has that demand changed the way you do business?
Oh, 100%, and has changed everything because everybody wants to update their technology.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So you think about the old technology that was out there. It was more for point-to-point communication.
Yeah.
Today it's more collaboration. So 100% that it has changed the scope, right? So I mean, everybody wants to do that hybrid workplace. They want to be able to do the same things they have in the office as they have at home. So that's kind of where we come into play to be able to provide that solution.
And what would you say your value proposition is? How do you separate yourself from others in the market?
So the beauty of what we have to offer, we offer all the services behind. So we offer hosted voice. We offer hosted cloud meetings, and we offer all the support on the back end.
Right.
That makes us a little bit different. And the reason why I say that, we actually service 86% of the Fortune 100 companies. So our company is fairly big, and the reason why we do so well in that area is because we have such a vast knowledge behind us. Right? So it's not one or two people that you're relying on to answer this question for 100 clients. Well, no, you don't have to wait in a queue. We actually have everything ready to go. So we actually provide 4 global support centers as well, meaning that no matter when you call, you'll always get a live person on the phone. We may not be able to fix your problem. However, we can get that truck rolled the very next day to come to you to fix the problem.
Right.
So we do have a fairly big service department behind us, and that's really, in my mind, what differentiates us.
Yeah, well, that is quite a value proposition. You know, you're going to pick up the phone and get a voice, and
it doesn't matter time of day, night, really doesn't matter. It's like I said, we're a global company. We have about 4,000 employees globally, and we have about 400 in Canada alone.
Right. Now, here at the Expo, tell me, what was the Expo like for you?
It was fantastic, actually. I got to meet a lot of people that I was trying to touch base with. So for me, to have the booth traction, and to be honest with you guys, we've been here for about a year and a half in Newfoundland. We're a fairly big company, but when you move to Newfoundland and not many people know who you are, it's always that uphill battle to get known, right? So to come here and kind of get a lot of people at one stop, it's great. For us, this is a fantastic venue, fantastic crowd, fantastic people. So we couldn't have asked for a better trade show to attend. And this was our first one as AVI SPL in Newfoundland.
Is that right?
Are you a member of the NLCA?
We are not, but however, this guy over here in my booth, I'm slowly but surely chipping away to get a membership. I've been a member in the past, and I always feel that it's a very big beneficial, because when I call somebody, I can say, hey guys, listen, I'm also a member of that. Let's do some work together, right?
So membership has its privileges, right? They're all connected
100%.
Here, right?
So I think after this event and him seeing how this went, I believe the membership will come hand in hand.
Well, this could be the newest member for the NLCA, right?
I would hope so.
We should have the documents right here.
That's right.
Absolutely. I'll sign his name to him any day.
That's great. Listen, it's been wonderful to be in conversation with you, to learn a little bit about what it is that you do. And it sounds like an incredible product, incredible offering, and more important, the service in the back end is wonderful.
Well, I'll plug one last thing that I'll say, guys. One of the solutions that we offer is called Symphony, and what that does, actually, it'll take all your hardware that's in your building, it'll speak to one software, so no matter where that meeting room is, if there's an issue in that meeting room, your IT staff or your support staff gets that meeting or gets that notification to say, hey, listen, this display, HDMI isn't working, can you go take a look at it before the meeting starts? So that means your downtime when you start that meeting is 0. You go in and you start your meeting because that's already...
Well, it's funny, I used to travel around the country doing presentations. There's nothing worse than getting into a room and you're getting ready to start and nothing works.
100%.
Very embarrassing.
And that's kind of where we come into play, right? We never want to see that happen because that's our equipment that you're using. And not only is it embarrassing for you, but it's super embarrassing for us because we're a high-level AV company and we want to provide that solution that works all the time. So having that on the back end really provides that extra level of service to say, hey guys, we're here to support. If anything goes sideways, not only do you get a notification, we get a notification that we can roll the truck the next day that is getting fixed already.
Fantastic offering. Great to learn all about it. And thanks very much for coming on the show.
Oh, I appreciate having me, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Mario.
Was that a slide carousel that went wrong for you? Or
Yes,
was okay?
yes.
Thank you for tuning in to the Building Newfoundland and Labrador podcast, presented by the Newfoundland and Labrador Construction Association, produced by Gale Force Winds.